All right, so let's look at our next method, which features nodal analysis. And nodal analysis, what I would say is you should choose what we call a reference node. A reference node means it's a node with which we'll be taking all our voltage with respect to. That's where we'll be taking our voltage with respect to. And this reference node is normally it is Earth. It is Earth. So you can see the Earth symbol here. It is grounded. It is grounded. That is the reference node. And the voltage there is zero because that's the reference node. And what you do is you locate all the nodes in your circuit. So you locate all the nodes in your circuit. And by this time, you know what a node is. A node is a connection or a joint that is connecting two or more what? Two or more what? Loads or two or more electrical components. So you see current here is a current source. We have a resistor here. We have another current source here. We have another resistor here. So how many components? One, two, three, four. So it will make here to be a node here. Here will be a node. So you find that node. Then when I come here to, there is a resistor here, R2. There is a current source I2 here. There is a resistor R3 here. So how many components? Three components, which will make here to be also a node. So here too is a node. So after you've considered or allocated your nodes and you've been able to identify the reference node, which is down here, you find the current in each branch. You find the current in, sorry, you find the current at each node. You sum all the current at each node. So for the first node here, you will see that I1 is entering this node and I1 here is leaving, I2 is leaving, I2 is leaving. So I1 will be equals to small I1 plus I2 plus capital I2. This is from KCL, Kirchhoff's current law. We say that current entering the node should be equal to the ones leaving the node. So with this, I can say that I1 could be found because that is a current source. So they will give you the amount of current. So it's equals to I1. So if in order for you to find I, we know that V is equals to IR. So I is equals to V over what? R, voltage over resistance. So if I want to find I1, which is small I1, it is this voltage here, the voltage here divided by the resistance. The voltage here divided by resistance because I1 is flowing through this branch. So it will be the voltage at node 1 over the resistance R1. It is coming from this formula, current equals V over R. Then if I want to find I2, small I2, that will be the change in the voltage because I2 is moving from a higher potential to a lower potential. Don't forget, current flows from higher potential to lower potential. So V1 is the higher potential and V2 is the lower potential. So that one will be V1 minus V2 all over what? R2, because I said V over R will give you current. So if you want to find small I2, it is the potential difference over the resistance. Then plus what? I2. Don't forget I2 too is a what? It's a current source. So they will give you a value for it. So with this, you are done with the node 1. You are done with the node 1 where you've allocated it V1. You are done with that point. So you consider the next what? The next node, which is node 2 here, where you've allocated V2. You consider that part. So here is node 1. Then you consider node what? Node 2. Node 2. So with node 2, you will see that the KCL I will get is I2 is entering the node, capital I2 is also entering the node. Small I2 is entering, capital I2 is entering. It's entering this node, and small I3 is leaving. So what I will say is I3 is equals to the ones entering I2 plus capital I2. So after you've been able to do this, you find the current in terms of voltage and what? Resistance. So I3 is flowing through or passing through this branch. So that will be V2 over R3. So V2 over R3 is equals to I2. I2 is still flowing from here to here. So that one will be V1 minus V2 over R2 plus my current source I2. So basically, this is equation 2. This is equation what? 1. Then you solve equation 1 and 2 what? Simultaneously. So we would do it with an actual problem and you see how it is done. So I have a problem here. So what I did is what is down here, exactly the same. So this is the example we want to try with. So here I will identify the nodes and it is clear because I have one component here, I have another component here, I have another component here. So basically here is a node. So I'll call this point maybe node 1. It's already identified, so V1. Then another component, another component, another component, another component. So here too will be a what? Will be a node. Here will not be a node, here will not be a node. Here is a node because it is connecting these 2 ohms, 6 ohms and 10 amperes. So here is a node. But I will choose here to be the what? The reference what? The reference node. The reference node. So let me quickly clean this so that I get a neat work. Are you good? Yes, follow me so that you get your A's that you want. So this is the reference node 0. All right, so with this, I will start with node 1. So node number 1. Then I will use color orange this time. So if I consider node 1, I can say let the current coming from here be called small I1. Let the current entering here, which is this 5 amperes, it is already 5 amperes, so I will not label it. Then let me consider current leaving this as small I2. So at node 1, I will say the ones entering are small I1 plus my 5 amperes coming from the current source is equals to the ones leaving, which is what? I2. So small I1. How can I find the current in terms of voltage and what? Resistance. Sorry, it will be because I1 is flowing through this branch, this whole branch here, up to the reference node. So it will be the voltage in that branch, which is V1, minus the reference 0. Sorry, so it's V1 minus the reference 0, which is still V1, over the resistance there, which is 2. That will give me the current in this branch I1 plus my 5 should give me what? I2. I2. How do I find I2 in terms of voltage and resistance? I2 is moving from node 1 to node 2. So the voltage difference, so here is V2. So the voltage difference will be V1 minus V2. That's where it is flowing from to where it is flowing to, over the resistance, which is 4. 4. So you can arrange this well by multiplying through with 4. You get 2 V1 plus 20 equals V1 minus V2. And if you do your arithmetic well, you get this is equals to minus 20 as equation 1. Then I'll consider node 2. Node 2, let me use blue. So node number 2. With node number 2, I'm taking it from this side. So current entering node 2 is still I2. Then I have my 5 amperes current source leaving. You can see it is leaving from node 2. You can see it's leaving from node 2. Then let me call the current leaving from node 2 here 2 to be say I3, then 10 amperes enter. So let's write KCL for that. So which are the ones entering? 10 amperes is entering, I2 is entering, so it will be 10 plus small I2. And which ones are leaving? This 5 ampere source, 5, and this I3, small I3 plus small I3. So with this 10 plus, then I write I2 in terms of voltage and resistance, but I2 is flowing from node 1 to node 2. So it will be V1 minus V2 over the resistance in that branch, which is 4. This is coming from Ohm's law. Current is equals to voltage over resistance. It's equals to 5 plus I3. I3 is through this branch. So it will be the node here, the voltage there minus the reference node voltage, which is V2 minus 0, the same as V2, over the resistance in the branch, which is 6. So if I should break that 1, 2 down, I'll get, so you multiply through it what? You can multiply through it 12. If you do that, you get 120 plus 3 V1 minus V2, because 4 times 12 will give you 12 divided by 4 is 3. 3 times V1 minus V2 is 3 V1 minus 3 V2. Then 12 times 5 is 60. 6 goes into 12 two times. So at the end of the day, I'll be getting 3 V1 minus 3 V2 minus 2 V2 is equals to 60 minus 120. And I'll get 3 V1 minus 5 V2 equals minus what? 60. This is equation 2. So you solve equation 1 and 2 simultaneously. Solve equation 1 and 2 simultaneously. Then you are gone. You are done. So basically that's what we get. So that's what we get for the two equations that we set up. For the two equations that we set up. Ladies and gentlemen, that's where we end this lecture. That's where we end this lecture. And I appreciate your efforts. I appreciate your efforts. So I'll meet you again. I'll meet you again and bring to you what you call Thevenin's voltage circuit and Norton's what? Current circuit. So we do these two, then we add what we call superposition. So we are left with these three methods. Then we say goodbye to applied electricity. So make a date with me. Maybe I'll take superposition first, then I'll take Thevenin's voltage and Norton's current last. So thank you for staying with me. Have a blessed and wonderful day. Bye.